Today I'm in the village of Sajószentpéter. It lies about 10 kilometers north of Miskolc in Hungary, and it's a town of about 11,500 inhabitants. There's some very lovely autumn foliage here. I'm glad I'm not the one that has to rake it up. October is the month of the leaves changing. It looks like someone heavily invested in wood this winter. On every block just off the main road, there's a side street, and on the side street is a communist block-style apartment building. One block further, there's another one. And by now, you see the pattern. It does appear that everyone in these apartment blocks does get their own shed. That's nice. Block apartments, more sheds. More sheds. There are some older churches with classic architecture in this town, but this is one of the newer ones. As I'm sure some of you are aware, the Hungarian language is not an Indo-European language, and it is just about impossible to learn as an adult. I know Sajószentpéter was a coal mining town, so I'm guessing this is a memorial to people that died. Like in my hometown in Pennsylvania, all the electric wiring is above ground, but that doesn't stop some people from buying solar panels. Some nice solar paneling going on there. More solar panels. I really like this house, but it looks like it belongs in the Austrian Alps, not in Hungary. Hi Mom, how are the kittens? It's hard to believe, but the Jehovah's Witnesses have even made it to this remote village. This looks like a nice family-owned grocery store, but if you don't like it, you can always go to the giant coop. It looks like they put some work into this. Let's head up the hill to the observation tower, shall we? Time to get sweaty climbing a hill. And I made it to the observation tower. There's a lot of metal on the structure. Not good during a lightning storm. We're being watched. Here you can see the town from above. There are the apartment complexes. And in the distance is the old glass bottling factory, which is closed down. Do you see the solar panels on the side of the church? Now just to the east of the observation tower, by this pavilion, is a Jewish cemetery. They really do not want people entering here. It's surrounded by a cement wall and barbed wire. On top of the hill here, there's not only a Jewish cemetery, but there's also a Christian cemetery a little further down. The one notable person buried in this graveyard is a poet named Levi Yosef. And a little further down the hill is a third cemetery, which belongs to the Roman Catholic Church. There's some older architecture for you. The door is locked. Are you wondering how you can profit from the giant letter business? I am. This is the main highway that runs through town. And here we have an Asia Center. It's like a general goods store that a lot of places in Hungary have, often run by Chinese. It blinks. This is where a lot of the shops are. Besides this penny, there's also a coop and a spar. This is a good pizza restaurant. I highly recommend it. And they have Wi-Fi. I'm gonna make an assumption that at one time electricity was a bit unreliable here. And I think that because so many of these houses have solar panels. There is no dedicated coffee shop in this town, but this macaron shop comes pretty close. I do need at least one coffee. I got a latte macchiato and a strawberry cake. You always get a biscuit here. I love old maps. That'll do it. Nice phone booth they got here. This is not a graveyard. They're just selling tombstones. This is the Reformed church. Construction began in the 14th century and it was built in the Gothic style. It has an old wooden front door. The main entrance is now on the side. This town's name was first mentioned in 1281 as St. Peter. But the town is located on the Sajószentpéter River. So in Hungarian, they made the name Sajószentpéter. It's a nice tunnel that goes under the railroad tracks. The train station here isn't anything special, but it does have numerous departures each day to Miskolc. You can't buy tickets here any longer, you have to buy them on the train. And the waiting room is locked. Next to the railroad tracks, we have the glass factory. This is where a lot of the residents of Sajószentpéter used to work before it was shut down. Now it looks pretty much abandoned. It looks like a real ghost town. But who knows about the future? Maybe like the once great Bethlehem Steel, this plant can be hollowed out and converted into a casino, resort, and entertainment center. But I think the Hungarians have too much pride to do something like that. Street art has been really hard to find in this little town, but I have found one. So, let me present to you this masterpiece. Next to the glass factory, we have Glass Park. So this town spent the money to build a skateboard park, but then decided to put a lock on the door. I don't understand. I found a pump at the side of the street. It still works. I found some horses. Nice cat.